Fuck the cat and cow quick.
Here.
These are hoof prints. Not just any old horses either. These were left by an astral being. Otherworldly. We gotta follow them.
Says greetings.
Clever man, is that it? Fuck off.
They do not want anything to do with us.
Often mean a phantom's nearby.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. Now, what about the smell? Same whiff I caught at the cemetery in Vizima when we were hunting ghouls. The smell of death.
Smells normal to me.
Roach.
Not taking me for a ride, are you?
Seriously?
Harold with the dad jokes. Alright, so are we actually helping Roach investigate the area, or is Roach just doing this all herself?
Alright. Now I know what we're up against.
There's hangovers too, is what the cat said.
Right, Geralt. Let's sum up what we know so far.
We know very little. Probably dealing with some kind of wraith. That's just about everything we know. Yeah.
We're dealing with some kind of wraith or phantom, most likely. It visits the hermit at night, drinks her blood. Even if we manage to find it, I've got no idea how I could possibly fight it.
Geralt, please, I got this. It's definitely an Umbra, an immaterial wraith. This one's assumed the form of a horse.
An Umbra actually makes sense. Umbrae are completely invisible, even to Witchers. But how can you be sure?
Because it's not invisible to me, doofus. It's right over there.
Oh, that.
It's getting away! Come on, Witcher, hop in the saddle! Gotta catch it!
All right, we got ourselves a chase. Hey, yeah.
Let's go, Geralt! After it! Hey! Gotta save my strength a bit. No telling how long we're gonna need to keep running.
I mean, yeah, but also you've got some super stamina here. So, I'd like to believe we can super sprint for a while here.
We gotta have a man to horse talk. No offense, but your riding skills, they leave a bit to be desired, buddy. You'd
I mean,
really
we are
do me
the
a solid if
racing
you could,
champion, thank you very much.
Apply a slightly surer hand. Be a little more decisive about where you want me to go. Sometimes I got no idea, buddy. Do I go left, right, toward where I'm standing?
Yeah, it'd be great if you could respond more fluidly.
Hey, heard this one? Horse walks into a tavern, and the innkeeper says, "Hey, pal, why the long face?"
Ah. That actually slowed us down quite a bit. We were more or less entirely caught up.
Let's not lose sight of that Umbra. Can you see it now?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's right there. Run, Roach.
What the fuck do you think?
Hey, language, Roach. Or do we actually need to catch it? Or is there just like a specified destination we're trying to get to?
Gotta ask. Why do you sometimes buck me off in the middle of a fight?
First I've heard. Don't recall that ever happening.
Of course you don't.
Woo!
Melted into thin air.
Quite the trip. Okay.
Fuck! Geralt, watch out!
Yep. Double apparitions. Okay, so it looks like this might be the conclusion of this chase. Not sure if there's going to be another wave or anything like that, so let's prepare accordingly. Let's throw on our Spectre oil. Oh, we could definitely use a repair here. And I feel like I've been saying this a lot, but this sounds like new music. I'm not sure we've heard this before, or if we have, very rarely. So let's throw on a 40% repair here, I think is a good fit. Yeah, it's a little bit of a repair, but should be fine. Then our gear, our armor, our chestplate is just barely fine, but I think that's about to start getting a penalty. Other stuff is fine. We actually have another socket we can use something on for our boots and gloves, for what it's worth. But, I mean, do we know anything about these things? I assume not really. Oh, we may. There is a star here. Let's see. Umbra. Okay. Vulnerable against, well, Spectre Oil. I could guess that much. We've already done that. According to some philosophers, everything we do in life leaves a permanent trace in the delicate matter which makes up our souls. Evil deeds, especially harm done to innocent creatures, can torment the soul of a sinner and cause it to remain restless, even after death. While traveling through Toussaint, Geralt discovered there might be a grain of truth in these theories and folk beliefs. He came across a hermit whose sleep was troubled by some invisible phantom. Okay, well, that doesn't help us much here. Other than that, in terms of decoctions and what have you, what do we have on at the moment? Power grows over the course of the fight. Could be helpful. Damage regenerates vitality. Also, sounds like that could be helpful. I believe we got rid of our additional toxicity. Yeah. So our maximum right now is 100. So that means we can only use one of those. Actually, not on full life right now either. Let's change that. One second. Okay, this is the more defensive one. The healing decoction is what I went for there. But, okay, now that we've done that. Yeah, we did already have EQUINE, but now we no longer have EQUINE. Congratulations, Geralt. Okay, it didn't say that we are supposed to use Jurden, but I think we probably will use Jurden. Also, they are very aggressive. So, like, you know, getting a window in which to attack them would be nice. Whoa. EQUINE is actually still on, though. Just barely. Their damage is minuscule, as it turns out. So, like, just take him out. Where's the other one? Flying around. It's gonna change form. That's still a panther. Oh, okay. Still two of them, though. Still two of them, though. How did you hurt yourself there? I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, like, EQUINE is barely even relevant here. You see how little damage they're dealing to us? Come over here. Like, you just missed. Okay. They're down. What is the deal with this, though? Because that did very much seem to be the thing that sort of triggered all this. Oh? Some kind of cursed sword? Oh, well, I mean, it's just a random Toussaint sword.
Marcello Clerici, knight. Died last year. Was more or less the same age as our hermit. Seems his spirit's become a horse-shaped umbra that's tormenting Penastri.
Why are you telling me this? I can read and draw my own conclusions.
Can you now?
Loud, that's all. Helps me focus.
What is that? Something else forming here? The knight?
Geralt, it's the Umbra! Attack!
Let me explain.
Talk, but make it fast. Why are you tormenting the hermit?
She torments me, refuses to forgive me. I'm denied peace in the afterlife, and it's all her doing. Each day I come and beg her for clemency.
Beg her for clemency. You drink her blood.
I mean, this is true.
With fear.
Or at least it appears to be the case.
I don't know how to explain it, but yes, a monstrous force takes me. Though I also know I'll not have peace till the day Penastri forgives me.
Okay. So what is the link between you two? Why is there this relationship between you two to begin with?
You and the hermit, how do you know each other?
We met as babes, grew up side by side. I loved her. Yet she was always sad. Nothing could cheer her. The world terrified her. I thought her gloom came from being poor. So I did my damnedest to take us from our village, make us a better life elsewhere. became a squire, took her with me to the palace. But Penastri soon learned nobles are no more decent than peasants, not a speck. Once even I'd grown vile to her eyes, she fled the palace and joined the flagellants.
Okay, that explains some of that.
I left the court to be near her, yet she cast me off. Said she didn't want to know me. When the whip bearers proved too hard-hearted for her too, she became a hermit. I see it clearly now, though I never understood her while alive. From the grave's dark depth, the living are bright, sharp flares. You see all their thoughts at once. Now I understand why she had to cast me off.
She's full of rage. Probably what turned you into an Umbra.
Okay, that is very telling. But, yeah, also, why the horse? That's strange. We've definitely seen other kinds of specters haunting people in the past, but usually they tend to be in some kind of human-like form. So why specifically a horse?
Why take the form of a horse?
A horse? What do you mean? Each day since I died, a power lifts me from my grave and makes me run. Then I return with blood in my mouth.
So he doesn't know.
I don't know what this is, how it comes to pass, but I do know the torment will continue until she forgives me. But she sees me as a horse, you say?
I mean, we do too.
Seems so. Same way I saw you.
Okay, and yeah, the theme here is absolutely forgiveness, but forgiveness for what? You know, we hear that she's apparently really mad about something, but why and for what?
Must have hurt her something awful if she refuses to forgive you. Would rather see you suffer. What did you do?
To her? Nothing. But my horse, I flogged it to death.
What?
Pinastri, she saw this.
Care to explain?
Stallion, my blaze. But he was a bucker and tossed me during a tourney. One I'd wanted to win badly.
So you got carried away?
Pinastri had been so glad they'd let me stand. Me, a peasant's son. I wanted to win it for her. But that horse made me loose. Rage overcame me. I struck and struck until at last he fell.
That perhaps explains the flagellant stuff.
Oh, the regret. I beg
Pinastri.
you forgive me. Absolve me in Blaze's very name.
Okay, I mean, so there is that question as to whether he deserves mercy or not. Like, clearly, that was not a good thing that he did. But, like, you know, don't eat your animals is a pretty obvious thing to say. But as he said, he knows he got carried away with it, and he's been tormented in the afterlife, both, I guess, by his guilt for this, and also, by extension, the hate that Pinastri still harbors toward him. So, you know, he wants to make up for his mistakes, and is just asking for that opportunity to do just that. And so, you know, ultimately it's not us who he really needs to get forgiveness from. It is her. So, let's see if we can do something about that.
But your horse could? Please, I'd do
Oh.
anything. I'm desperate.
I mean, I thought we were going to take you back to Pinastri, but maybe not.
Noble mare, forgive me, my
See what
sin.
Roach has to say on the matter. Ah, okay. For a second, I was like, oh, are we just going to become Roach for this dialogue? But no, we can sort of, like, whisper in Roach's ear, like, hey, Roach, forgive him, or, nah, this guy doesn't deserve it. Yeah, so, I mean, I think that although obviously what this guy did was terrible, and, you know, in some ways you could say, like, obviously he should never have done it, but at the end of the day, nothing that we do here can change that. What's in the past is in the past. He's trying to move on from that, and so we can either allow him to try to make amends for the mistake, which he's trying to do, or we can be bitter and say, no, we're going to continue to hold that against you for the rest of not only your life, but your afterlife. And I don't think that gets us anywhere. He knows that he messed up, and he's trying to do something about it. So I think we forgive him, or at least tell Roach that we should forgive him.
Could free his spirit, pardoning him on behalf of his horse. But you shouldn't do it if you don't think he deserves forgiveness.
Did a rotten thing. Got no excuse. Your horse was loyal. Did the best damn job he could. 'Cause that's how we horses are.
True. I know I deserved what befell me.
And now he admits that it was
But we
ultimately
aren't
his fault as
vengeful,
well.
Don't hold grudges. Don't dwell on being left in monster-infested woods.
Exactly.
So, in your poor Blaze's name, I forgive you.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you. I feel it's incredible. Such relief, such lightness.
Well done, Roach. So I thought we were gonna bring
Alright then.
that dude back to
Guess we might
Penastri.
as well head back. Penastri's nights ought to be ghost-free from now on. Anything to add, Geralt?
Nope. Let's go see her.
So I thought he was basically saying that, you know, she was the one who needed to forgive him, which I mean, I'm a little surprised that was not the case.
Phantom's gone. Shouldn't torment you ever again.
I felt a change. I did. As if I'd been released from a cramped, dark cellar. I had come to believe no one could help me. I'm grateful, Witcher.
No problem.
Ought to thank my horse, actually.
Technically, it was kind of Roach.
Mostly Roach is doing.
Then I thank you too, noble creature.
Gotta admit, easy peasy with our powers combined. So, what now? We hit the path? Right to the nearest notice board? Rustle up another contract?
Exactly. Though, effects of the bruise waning. I can feel it. Won't be able to understand you soon.
Ah, that's horseshit. I mean, I got so much more I want to tell you, and...
Oh, and no more.
Clever beasts, horses. Farewell, Witcher.
Yeah, character entry updated for Roach, but I didn't see it. I am curious to see what that says. But also, yes, very cool quest. No question. But it's not going to be there, right? It's going to be in characters. But I went under R and I didn't see Roach. I suppose Penastri wasn't able to forgive. That was kind of the point. Okay, fair enough. That does make some sense. Although I guess I guess I was under the impression that, oh, there's Roach. Okay. I guess I was under the impression that, you know, all she could see was the horse spirit that was haunting her and maybe didn't put two and two together that was actually the source of it was that knight that she had a relationship with. And so maybe if we brought the knight back to her, we could talk it out. But I suppose, you know, in some ways, that was already a been there, done that type of thing, and Penastri was just not having it. Okay, so let's see. Roach Most interested at the stuff at the end here. Then Geralt would grow annoyed and curse whenever Roach panicked and tossed him in the middle of a battle, as well as when she would suddenly turn a different direction that he wanted while he was riding at full gallop towards some urgent destination. In truth, though, he was very attached to her and would never trade her for any other horse, not even one which, when summoned, would never stand helpless in front of a seemingly easily surmountable obstacle, such as a low fence or stray piece of timber, nor even one which would sometimes, in some incomprehensible fashion, wind up dancing on some peasant's roof. Well, Geralt would say with a shrug, a witcher's horse is a normal animal. Constant contact with magic beverages and signs must have left a mark. Oh. While completing a contract in Toussaint, Geralt had the chance to find out exactly how serious Roach took her role and how well versed in the arcana of the witcher's trade she was. He also discovered she was an entirely pleasant conversation partner. A little crass, a little crude with the language, but other than that, yes. Okay, so
Not so fast.
we have sorted things out with this quest here. However, there is still this cave that is directly below us, which did not appear to have any tie to that quest that we just did. I mean, actually, while we're here, can we talk to Canastri real quick? Is there anything else she has to say, or has she ceased to exist? No, she's still here. I'm just curious if there's any sort of, like, changed dialogue now. Doesn't seem like it, though.
Take care now.
Oh, it was on top of the character list before. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was trying to go all the way down to R. Okay, so I think let's check out this cave. Because, yeah, this is, like, a whole bunch of elven ruins here. Which, where's the actual entrance to the entrance, though? So I was a little surprised that we did not see anything that brought us in here, though this could just be a tiny little area. But, actually, while we're here, just take a quick check at our Witcher diagram locations, because I feel like this could be one of the spots. This one's further south and east. Manticore is somewhat close, but definitely not close enough for it to be tied to this cave. Ursine is quite a bit further south, so definitely not. Is that all of them? What am I forgetting? I think that is all of them. So in that case, no, it's not like this is a place where there are some Witcher diagrams, or if it is, then it's not one that we technically know about yet. So these are red, as if they're tied to a quest. Are these just going to be her supply of mushrooms? Oh no, they're the potatoes! They're the potatoes. Are they all potatoes? I mean, they gotta all be potatoes, right? I mean, do we take her potatoes? I think we leave her potatoes. We let her keep her potatoes. Also, presumably, those are probably the mushrooms in question. Or maybe. Maybe. But we'll let her keep the potatoes. Don't worry. They're yours. Okay. So, other than that, is there anything in these ruins? Also, I didn't check. Didn't get the chance to see with our map where we actually ended up going at the end of all that chasing around. Was it here? Because I think I saw we got this fast travel location partway through our chase. Then we kept on going a fair bit after that. And this just looks like it has sort of that elaborate architecture that would perhaps be the place where we were before. I'm guessing that's it. But, as for what we want to do next, I feel like maybe we do sort of like a clockwise rotation here. Go here and then work our way around like that. And we did see that one of the Witcher School diagrams was, in theory, like right about there. Yeah, she said we took the last dose of the mushroom. That is true. but I didn't really believe her. I kind of felt like that was a, well, I mean, I don't really want to give you all of my stuff, so I'm just going to say there's only a tiny bit left so that I have an excuse to only give you a little more. That was kind of my, you know, reading in between the lines impression that I got, but maybe not. Okay. So let's head over. Well, I was going to just see if there's, like, any chests in this series of ruins here, although not really sure that there is. Oh, there's at least this.
Whoa.
There is at least this. Not that that's a game changer, but it's something. Got 5 florins right here. Take those 5 florins and, you know, well, buy something. Yeah, you know. Okay, so I hear some wolves there. Which we don't really need to engage with, I don't think. Bless your forest.
Come on.
Okay. Yes, that is probably the name of the place that we're going to be charging into here. And speaking of charging into, those wolves have absolutely seen us. They're absolutely after us right now. And we are going to get surrounded right about now. I was going to say, I did not know what sign we had active right there. Just going to take a guess and see what happens. Apparently it was your, you are not dead. Suppose we don't really need to mess with those ones. Or those, which I think are also wolves. One thing that I just realized is I think that technically... oh, hold on. They see us. These ones are significantly higher level. The other ones were just like 30-something, right? This is 45 and 46. That's strange. So close together and yet such a different level. But the Yurden does trigger our potion effect. Because of the slowdown. Which is, pretty simple way to make that happen. Right, assuming we can actually get enemies to walk into the Urdens, which has at times been a bit of an issue. But in theory, that's a way of making that happen. Above and beyond just the typical whack them with their sword and occasionally they'll get bled. Or poisoned.
Let's go.
Okay, so I think we're mostly just gonna... We'll keep our eyes open here, see if anything else pops up. But for the most part, gonna focus on heading toward our marker here. Because we know there's at least something over there. This is not looking much like Toussaint at the moment. This looks a lot more like a Velen type place. Dark, misty, swampy type area. Much different kind of vibe. Roach does not want to go through the water here. This is apparently too deep for her. What's up, Honor? How's it going? You did just miss what was a very entertaining quest. Let's see. Okay, we're back in the forest. I didn't realize that ever was not the case. There is this path here, which I'm kind of curious to see. It does go further north. Yeah, wait, what? What did we mark with our... Oh, we had marked the... I forgot, I marked the, absent-mindedly. Witcher contract stuff. We actually want to go in this direction after all. This is what I was saying we'd do first. For a second, I thought we had this marked still, and then we were going even further north than that. I was thinking, really? I'm surprised that wasn't the end of the world. I imagine you can't really go across this. This is probably the end of the world here. Ish. Probably? Huh? Oh, what? We went back to... Thought we were going north. We were not going north. Okay, so... Let's see. what this is all about then. We've got wolves, although that doesn't appear to be tied to whatever this question mark is. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be close enough that we can't really
like that silver.
ignore them here. I don't think we have a choice in the matter.
Good.
Wow, the urn is very effective against it as well. It seems. Oh, still one. Yeah, the question mark is not far. Oh, one more. That one? Okay. So what do we have here? What is this? It's a monster den. So close to those wolves? Is technically one that's entirely different. Where is the... There's the entrance. Can we tell what that is? Can we spy with our little eye? Sound like wolves. But we never see Monsters End for wolves. I don't know what that's all about. Barghest? Don't think we ever get Monsters End for Barghest either. But, sure. What are they? They are wolves. Huh. It's not wrong. I'm just surprised. I think this is our first wolf monster nest ever? I feel like maybe there are actually other enemies in here other than the wolves? Ones that are actually making a den? I don't know. What do we have here? It's a meteorite? It's the wolves. At least one more over here. Maybe this is the big baddie? This one's by itself. I feel like that's the real thing that has a den down here, not the wolves. I think this is going to be the tough enemy. Sounds different. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I didn't think that was possible. Because it's a werewolf. That's why. Remind me what we're technically supposed to do against werewolves? And they qualify as cursed ones? Yes. Igni is the sign of choice. Moon dust, devil's puffball, and of course, cursed oil. Okay. Yeah, I think this is why. The wolves were just an appetizer for the werewolf entree. So, let's throw on the cursed oil. Which is, which one? This? Okay. And we actually still have the decoction active from our fight with the wraiths a while back. So that seems good. Jordan. Set this up. Level 46, which is a little bit tough. You can heal, usually, is the case with werewolves. Igni is technically supposed to be the thing we do. But our Igni is not nearly as strong as it used to be. Not that that matters here, though. Okay. Anything else down here? Anything say that you were guarding? This, which if we could get closer, it looks like silver. Maybe from here, can we loot it? What's gold? Okay, sure. I think that qualifies as something valuable. Yeah, actually, did we come in this way? Came in that way, right? There might be another exit over in this direction. Let's see if there's anything through here. What is the deal over here? Mostly just mushrooms? Oh? Oh! What is this? What is this? Formula for red dye. Apparently we didn't have that yet. We'll get some orange dye. Valuables. And this glowing red chest. Oh! Okay. A new book. A diagram for something else that is green. So Witcher-like, although it is not technically affiliated with any of the specific Witcher schools. Another somewhat valuable crafting materials. Some monies. Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's read up here. Many pages of the journal are filled, but the last is dirtied and written in a chaotic hand. It's done. Countess de Sacour has bought Bassain Farm, and after so many happy years, we have to leave our comfortable abode. When Hubert received the eviction notice, he flew into such a rage it took a great deal for me to calm him. I explained it was already a miracle we've been able to live so long among men. I fear Hubert will prove unable to control his transformations while he is in such a state. So it sounds like they were both werewolves, and they're kind of like keeping that under wraps, keeping that secret. But now that this guy's losing his mind, it's gonna be hard to keep control over it. We've moved into a cave in the Blesher Forest. They allowed us to take a few possessions from the farm. We have a bed, a table, and some candles. Things aren't so bad. The cave is a bit damp, true, and one night I can already tell it will play havoc with my joints. Hubert had an attack when he heard me cough. He screamed he would return to the farm and sink his teeth into the Countess. I've a bad feeling. Hubert has disappeared. I'm terrified. Shivers run down my spine. I can taste blood in my mouth. Dear Hubert has gone off to kill. What will become of us if he loses all control? The remaining pages are torn out. Claw marks visible on the back cover. Okay. Was that... Looks like we got a quest update here, or was that sound effect just because we got the new crafting material? The new... I usually, when it's just a fancy name with no further description, I tend to assume that it's a sword of some variety. We can try checking for it here. But it does also tend to make it harder to track it down, because it's like, well, it was some... I think it might have been this. It was Geshaft. Geschäft? Hard sign intensity, a lot of that. A lot of crit bonus and crit hit chance. This is a good sword. Better damage than Erendite. In some ways. In some ways, this is, preferable. Erendite. Wait, what? Erendite has 50% attack power versus cursed ones? Since when? Oh, that's just coming from the oil. Actually, I didn't remember that when we were doing these comparisons that it remembered that we have the oil active on our existing sword. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Not a bad sword. It does basically all the things that we want our swords to do. Ah, okay, and then it circles back here. And then we go back the way we came in. And now we get out of here. Yeah, so that, I feel like this happened to us a few times. For all of the the fuss there was about getting Erendite. And Erendite does have some additional, more difficult to quantify bonuses that it gives, just because they're a little bit more conditional, like it becomes more powerful over time. But there have been times when we've seen other swords that, at least on paper, appear to be stronger than Erendite. Despite it being, like I was saying before, basically, you know, the super fancy sword that the Lady of the Lake gave us. Monster Den actually didn't clear. Did it? I think the Monster Den cleared, but the entrance did not. Like, look, you can see there's the entrance directly on top of the Monster Den, but the Monster Den here is grayed out. It's just that the entrance is, like, kind of on top of that. So I think we have, in fact, cleared everything. That's just, it looks a little misleading there.